Hi, this is Raj from Embossed Sportscars. Here I've got an amazing Porsche 911 997 Gen 2 Carrera 4S Cabriolet, and it's in absolutely stunning condition, as you can see, finished in Basalt Black Metallic, which is lovely and sparkly. Beautiful metallic colour, so popular because it does just look so timeless on any Porsche. Now, being the 4S means it's the wide body, so it's got the larger engine, the 3.8 litre flat six, producing 385 horsepower, 310 foot-pounds of torque. And even though it is a 2010 car, registered June 2010, it will still do 60 in around 4.5 seconds, and the top speed I think is 183, so incredibly quick Porsche 911 sports car. It's a 4S, so that means it's all-wheel drive, so it will automatically divert power and torque to the front wheels as and when it detects it needs it, so you don't have any need to control that system at all, and it just works so intuitively. Doesn't affect how the car steers at all. It doesn't make it handle any differently really to the 2S, except you have that extra safety net in winter where it will use those front wheels for grip when it needs them. And also you get the benefit of that beautiful wide body, so the rear arches are 2.2 centimeters wider on each side, and the rear bumper is also flared out that bit wider as well, and you can tell by there's a much bigger pronounced lip around the rear LED tail lights, denoting that it's a wide body. And the wide bodies of the 997 Gen 2s like this, so 2009 onwards, had this beautiful reflector across the back, a real nod to the air-cooled 911s of the 80s and beyond. So 930s, 964s, 993s had a beautiful reflector between the two sides and sets of lights, and they reintroduced it in 2009 on the wide body cars. And people love these convertibles because of that rear look. I mean, just look at how shapely and beautiful it is. It's actually not a big car either. It may look big in these videos, but it is very, very compact compared to modern cars, and that's why people love them, because they have that essence of classic 911s through and through. They've got the beautiful red round headlights, the beautiful flat six normally aspirated sound that is so recognizable as being Porsche is all here, and very much enjoyed when you're in the car or when you're just starting it up, or you hear one driving past you, you instantly know it's a beautiful Porsche. This one has been looked after and pampered by Porsche main dealers and Porsche specialists. The last time it was serviced was September 2024, so the next service is due September 2026. But it's had a lot of other sort of work along the way as well, not just the minimum servicing. It's had parts refreshed when they're needed, such as top mounts, coolant pipes. It's had the full PDK service with the sump and filter change, as it should have done. So it's a really lovely example, and it's only covered 43,669 miles. I'll go through the options now, but first let me show you the hood. So this car's triple black. So as I said, it's got Basalt Black paintwork, metallic paintwork, which was an optional colour. Then it's got the extended black leather with the leather dashboard, doors, seats, the PDK selector, the handbrake, and also the rear seats are all flocked in leather with this lovely silver stitching. The hood is also the mohair with the glass heated rear screen. So I'll just put all that up so you can see exactly what it looks like. We've fully treated, re-proofed this hood as well, and then there's the windows going up as well. So it's got four windows, and you can independently control these ones and these ones. So even with the roof down, you can have just the front ones up, or both. And then it's also got the factory wind deflector as well, which is a kit which is in the front boot, which I'll show you once I get to that part of the car. But as you can see, that glass heated rear screen is very valuable and very much appreciated in winter when you may not want to put the roof down. Even though these cars are great with the roof down in winter, because this car has been spec'd with the heated seats and heated steering wheel as well. So very special high spec in this car. You can put the roof down, you're not buffeted all over the place, and then even without the wind deflector fitted, you can quite comfortably cruise at 60-70 miles an hour and actually hear each other if there's two of you in the car, or hear the stereo. On this one, it's the optional BOSE sound system, so it's got the subwoofer, and I think it's 12 speakers in this car. But with the wind deflector all fitted in the back there as well, it makes it even more comfortable. And then if I show you the inside, the hood is double skin, so it's got a fabric liner on it as well, so it makes it very quiet when the roof is up as well, much more like a coupe than you would ever imagine for a fabric roof. And the reason why Porsche used fabric roofs rather than metal folding roofs that were very popular in the area of things like Mercedes with the SLKs and things, and the SLs, is because of weight, center of gravity. So they wanted to keep the center of gravity as low as possible, keep these cars as dynamic as possible, and if you put too much weight high up, it makes it much harder for the car to handle through corners and things. So they wanted to keep that hood convenient but yet incredibly lightweight, and that's why they came up with continuing to use mohair. Has been the tradition in convertibles throughout the decades, and it means that it's extremely durable. So as long as you reproof it sort of every year or so, give it a good thorough wash with a proper hood protector. There's a kit from Autoglym, but there's other brands that make kits as well. It keeps it in perfect condition. The natural fibre is actually very durable and resilient to sunlight, to UV and everything, so it typically doesn't get damaged. As you can see, the condition of this one is exceptionally good. Now let me open that up so you can see everything else I'm going to talk about. So that rear panel lifts up, and the roof all folds neatly into that section, all with the touch of a button if it's a UK car. If it's US, you don't have that feature, you just have to use the controls within the car. I won't put the windows up. So the controls are there next to the handbrake to do it if you're in the car, but if you're, and that can also be operated at up to around 30 miles an hour, up or down, you can put it up, so you don't have to stop when say it starts raining or you want to put the hood up. And also when you park up, you could just use the key, you just hold down that lower button there. So on the outside, as well as having that beautiful paintwork, it's got the bi-xenon headlights, it's got the daylight running lights in those lower parts there where the indicators are. The paintwork is exceptional condition. There's had hardly any stone marks, stone chips at all. We've fully machine polished and waxed this car, and it is in absolutely beautiful condition. The last owner actually fitted brand new headlights from Porsche as well, because the others were starting to go a little bit yellow on the edges there. He was very fastidious, so he spent over £2,000 replacing those headlights with absolutely brand new ones from Porsche. And likewise, in the past, someone's replaced the rear LED tail lights, because again, at around 10-15 years, these do start looking a bit tired. They start letting a little bit of water in, so these have been replaced with newer units as well, so they're in as new condition as well. And likewise, the rear reflector, that is in great condition as well. That, believe it or not, is over £1,000 now from Porsche, and that is all in great condition as well. So going on the inside, let's have a look. So with it being an S model, it has the full silver dial set. Actually, let me finish on the outside. I forgot to say that the wheels are the optional 19-inch sport design wheels. They're finished in Arctic silver metallic, and they're in fantastic condition. We've repainted the wheel nuts, we've fitted new center caps, and then it's got the, with it being an S, it's got the larger brake setup, so that's red calipers, which are larger than if it's a non-S car. Discs and pads are all good all round, tyres are all good all round as well. They're all matching Pirelli P0 N2, and the top mounts have been done as well. Also on this car, there was something else I was going to mention. Oh yes, from the factory, this car was fitted with 5mm wheel spacers, so they're on the options on the build sheet. So it's got little discs there that fit between the brakes and the wheels, and it's got longer wheel bolts as a result, which were obviously came from the factory as well. So it means it's got a better stance than standard. The wheels sit much better in the wheel arches, so someone who selected this car and optioned it from new obviously knew what they were doing. At the back, it's got the beautiful optional switchable sports exhaust. We've checked all the valves and everything work perfectly, so that's a great sounding exhaust, and I will start the car up so you can hear it. And then it's got the parking sensors, so it's got the rear parking sensors at the back here, so they let you know audibly when you're approaching something in reverse. And then going back to the inside, as I said, it's extended leather. It's got the silver dials because it is an S model. They came as standard with these lovely silver dials. It's got the optional Sport Chrono Package Plus, so it has the dashboard mounted stopwatch, and then it has Sport and Sport Plus to change the driving characteristics of the 7-speed semi-automatic gearbox. It makes the gear changing much more aggressive. The changes are quicker, and it also holds gears for longer, so you can accelerate more freely. It also changes the sensitivity of the throttle pedal. And then, as I said, it's got the optional multifunction steering wheel, but in this case it's the heated one. So with the roof down in winter, your hands are going to stay warm because that all heats up really well. And it's also got all the buttons to control the PCM system as well through that. Now let me get in the car and I'll show you the car started up, and I can talk through some of the other features as well. Just listen to that sound, absolutely glorious sound. So it has the full Satnav system, which will load up in a second. It has the full Bluetooth phone module as well. So with an extra dongle you can do full audio streaming, or actually as a very viable upgrade is a system from a company called NM Automotive, which allows you to have full CarPlay integrated within that head unit. So you don't need to change any of the head unit. It will put some extra electronics into that head unit, so you've got both the Porsche system, which you see now, which is UK and Europe maps, radio, CD, and auxiliary, but also then you will have the ability to switch to a full wireless CarPlay system, and potentially you can even have a reversing camera installed as well that works with that system. We've got another car in stock that has that full integration. That system is all fully reversible. It doesn't change anything else, it just adds to the car, and while still keeping the same feel, the same look, the same buttons and everything. So it works really well as an upgrade to allow you to use the car on longer journeys, and you know that the maps are absolutely up to date. So yeah, it's got the full phone connectivity, so it's automatically connected to my phone. As I said, it has the heated seats, so they're a 2-stage system. Then it has the full climate control as well, so you can just set a temperature and then it will determine the fan speed and where to put things, or you can override it very easily. Obviously heated rear screen. It's also got like a priority to divert all the power to the front screen when you're demisting it in the winter. And then also it has, being an S, it has the optional switchable sports suspension, which actually comes standard on S models unless you specify something else. And then it's got switchable sports exhaust. The spoiler can go up and down as well, and I'll put it up now. And as I said, it's covered 43,669 miles. I'll go through the file in a minute, but let me show you the front boot and the engine bay. But before I do, it's also got the Porsche tracker, which isn't enabled at the moment, but you can enable it. And it's got the full connectivity for iPods as well as auxiliary through that. That's called the universal audio interface as well. So lots of lovely options in here. The seats are the two-way comfort seats, so they have, the back is electric, the height adjustment and moving it forward and back is also manual, but it does have the optional embossed headrests as well as the optional heating on them. The rear seats are also very good as well, so it is very much a 2+2. So you've got these top bits fold down as well, so you've got a luggage rack there if you want it. But let me show you that's the rear spoiler up, and that comes up automatically around 70 miles an hour. And I'll show you the engine bay with that 3.8 litre flat 6 or boxer engine. So the engine is tucked in all the way there. This is the air box, and then you've got the coolant tank there, and you can hear it thrumming away. And it's the Porsche direct fuel injection engine 3.8, which basically means it's the updated 3.8 without all of the reliability issues that you may suffer with pre-2009 cars, so 2008 or older 997 Gen 1s. These 997 Gen 2s have got not only the upgraded appearance, the updated PCM, the Satnav system, but also more importantly that engine has been updated, so it doesn't have an IMS bearing that can fail, it doesn't suffer bore scoring, it doesn't suffer RMS oil seal leaks either. So here is the front boot. So there's the window deflector kit. You can just take this out very easily, and then you've got more space in there. That all folds out and clips in behind the seats to give you more protection from the wind when you're traveling at high speed with the roof down. And then we've just fitted a brand new battery. It did have the it had a 2015 I think Porsche battery, so it was replaced in the past, probably under warranty. It was working fine, but it just felt like it wasn't cranking eagerly enough, so I've put a brand new battery in there, which means and this has double the capacity actually of the standard Porsche battery and the same cranking power, so well worth doing that upgrade so that you won't be stranded with a flat battery somewhere. All the tools and everything are under that section there. I won't get it out, but it's got a tyre compressor, a Porsche tyre compressor, the lock and wheel bolt, a set of tools, towing eye, all in that section there, and a headlight height adjustment tool as well. But as you can see, look at that sparkle from the sun. I'll just put that spoiler down. So I'll just go through the paperwork here. So as I said, it's a June 2010 build 911 Carrera 4S Cabriolet. There's all the stats. You can view this PDF on our website with the advert, but there's the full options. It's also got the mechanical locking rear diff. I think I've covered everything else here, but you're free to review this at your leisure. 12 speakers, 385 watts is the BOSE system. It's got that extra subwoofer there, and as you can see, they changed the shape of the floor mat if you've got the BOSE system, because it does take up a little bit of room in the passenger side where you've got that subwoofer that gives that extra bass power. A bigger amplifier as well with the BOSE system, which sits under the driver's seat in UK cars. And then I break down all of the options and standard equipment, so things like the cup holders are listed on that side as well, which are very versatile. And then you've got even things like cubby holes in the doors. But more importantly, we also plug it into the Porsche diagnostic system, so the official Porsche system, which checks for over rev, so checks how much it's been near the red line. It's only had 200 ignitions at range 1, which is that's not even at the red line, that's just below, and it's only half a second its whole life. The last time it was anywhere near that was at 19,000 miles. Obviously it's now done 43,600, so absolutely nothing to worry about. It definitely hasn't been thrashed or anything like that. The average speed is also good with the engine hours, so this car clearly hasn't been clocked or anything like that as well. And then we've fully interrogated the ECU for all of the VIN number, the engine number, and all of the options that are on the car to make sure they were on the car when it was new. And then we map out all of the service history. So 2010 it was supplied by Porsche Nottingham, 2012 service West London, 2014 West London, 2015 December of that year Brooklands, then it was Brooklands again 2017 Revolution did some work, then Porsche Centre Sheffield 2018, 2020 Revolution again. But they've done, I mean, a huge amount of work in the interim, and you're welcome to see this at your leisure, or you can pause this video to see this in detail. Porsche Hull, then Porsche Specialist Services, who are based in Essex, did the last major service and then the last minor, which was 25th of September 2024 at 43,294. So it's only done another 400 miles since then. And then we've obviously got all the HPI checks and everything else, as well as the receipts, the original stamped service book, the leather wallet with all the manuals, the tracker manual included, 2 sets of keys, and as I showed you, all the tools as well. So this car is literally as factory fresh as you're going to get. It's a beautiful, timeless design. Drives absolutely phenomenally. You will not be disappointed by how these drive. They have hydraulic steering, so the steering feedback is actually superior to newer 911s and newer Porsches. It's the last era with the hydraulic steering. It's the perfect size for UK roads as well. It's not a wide car by modern car comparison, but it looks incredibly, I think, timeless with the roof up or down, and a great collectible Porsche. If you are interested in this beautiful Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Cabriolet, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.